Here's the homework help video for all classes for Thursday, October 6th. I'm going to do number 8 first. There are two ways to do these problems. First of all, we have to make these mixed numbers into improper fractions before we can do anything. And we do that this way. 8 times 2 is 16. And 16 plus 5 is 21. And our denominator is still 8. Times 3 times 6 is 18. Plus 2 is 20 over 3. Now, we learned that multiplying fractions, we multiply top times top, bottom times bottom, numerator times numerator, and denominator times denominator. But, well, let's do that first, and then we'll do it the hard way, and then we'll see the easy way. 21 times 20 is 420, and 8 times 3 is 24. Then we have to simplify this fraction. We can definitely divide by 4 here. If you didn't see that, you could divide by 2 and divide by 2 again. 420 divided by 4 is 105, and 24 divided by 4 is 6. I know 6 is divisible by 3, and 105 is divisible by 3, but because 5 plus 0 plus 1 equals 6, and 6 is divisible by 3. So let's bring this down here, 105 over 6, and simplify by dividing by 3. We get 35 over 6 divided by 3 is 2. And that's the simplest form for this improper fraction, but we always want to turn improper fractions into mixed numbers. So the way we do that is division. Remember, the fraction bar means divide. 35 divided by 2. 2 goes into 3 one time. 1 times 2 is 2. Subtracting, we get 15. How many 2's in 15? 7. 7 times 2 is 14. Subtracting, we get a remainder of 1. So our mixed number is 17 and 1 over 2. 17 and 1 half. The easy way to do this, let's take the improper fractions and start from there. 21 eighths times 20 thirds. Remember, this is the same as 21 times 20 over 8 times 3, because we multiply numerator times numerator, denominator times denominator to make our new fraction. We learned in class that we can simplify before we multiply. So we look for a common factor. I'm crossing out 20 and 8 because I see they're both divisible by 4. 20 divided by 4 is 5. 8 divided by 4 is 2. Also, 21 and 3. Any number on top and bottom that has a common factor you can simplify before you multiply. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Now we can multiply these smaller numbers, and we get 35 over 2, which is the same thing we got here, but we just avoid all of that fraction simplification. I think it's a lot easier doing it this way if you're comfortable with it, but this other way will work. You just have to be careful with your as you simplify that fraction. And of course, we turn 35 halves into 17 and a half the same way we did before. Okay, number 9 is a little tricky. It asks you to write a fraction multiplication number sentence with a product of 1 and 1/2. Well, let's first express 1 and 1/2 as a improper fraction. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So this is 3 halves. So our product is 3 halves. And we don't know what our two fractions are, but you could put any two fractions in here as long as numerator times numerator equals 3 and denominator times denominator equals 2. So I could make it 3 wholes times 1/2. And if we wanted to, let's see, how can we make this more interesting? Well, let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able, in the time I have, 3 times 1/2 would be an acceptable answer. You can change these fractions to equivalent fractions, and even set it up this way, and find some multiples of these to give yourself some more interesting fractions to multiply. But any two fractions that multiply across and you get 3 halves will equal 1 and 1/2. Okay, I hope that helps with the homework, and see you at Bear Day tomorrow.